In case you care, and chances are you probably don't, DC has a brand new reboot on the horizon headed by James Gunn. And of course, if all of these names don't really make all that much sense, that's fine. By the time that the films ultimately get to the theater, they're going to be dead on arrival regardless, so it won't even matter. But James Gunn, well, he's the guy who headed Marvel's biggest victory of the year. I know the Marvels is supposed to come out at the end of the year, but you know, the less said about that, the better, until it comes time to cover that stuff, and then it's going to be hilarious. But he's the guy who helmed the Guardians of the Galaxy little mini franchise within the wider Marvel Cinematic Universe. But now he's supposed to be over at Warner Brothers, heading up the brand new, relaunched, set to be released in 2025 DCU. They dropped the E and a whole bunch of the characters that are there, and they're going to be rebooting all of the stuff, the Batman, the Superman, the Green Lantern, all of that stuff. And there's a big 10-year plan, which is awfully hopeful given the fact that DC in its current iteration in a post the Dark Knight setting hasn't released one single good film. So yeah, if they were just going to go ahead and wipe the slate clean, start over again, it's like, listen, man, when it comes to recognizable characters, it's DC, for Christ's sake. You guys have access to the two of the three biggest superheroes in the world. You guys have Superman and Batman, and you couldn't capitalize on making a good film throughout the entire run of the MCU. That's a catastrophic failure, but that's what you get when you hand it off to Christopher Nolan's autistic little edgy emo brother, Zack Snyder. So yeah, James Gunn came in and he kind of had a little bit of a weird announcement. Okay, he's going to be heading the DCU. Oh, Henry Cavill's going to be on. Oh, it'll be great. And we're going to be doing so. Oh, no, okay, great. He got fired. Oh, okay. Ezra Miller's Flash is going to be a part of. Oh, it's the greatest film that he's ever. Oh, no, wait a minute. That it was a total box office blunder. And yeah, that's going to fail. Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle. Is that coming into theaters today, next week? It really doesn't much matter. It's like, opening weekend projections is $12 to $17 million, so likely what Barbie's going to pull in the first half of Friday. Fantastic stuff. But that's going to be the first character in James Gunn's new DCU, but the film's not going to be canon to the over. See how messy all of this stuff is? And why it was so stupid, and Warner Brothers is an incredibly stupid company to just come in and announce that you're going to be doing this great big reboot in 2025, but you still have just about a full slate of films to come out that ever since you announced that you're going to be rebooting everything, every single one of them has bombed. Black Adam, bomb. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, bomb. The Flash, huge bomb. Blue Beetle, same thing, man. Like, we already know. And we don't know for sure, but we know for sure. And then Aquaman 2 with Amber Heard. Make sure that you get all of your best characters in there. It's like, why would you go ahead and completely tank any aspects of your previous incarnation of films heading into this brand new re-release? Especially when you had all of that bad will associated with getting rid of the one good thing that Zack Snyder did, was casting Henry Cavill as Superman. It's perfect casting, man. Like, he fits the bill. He seems like a generally good dude. He's just been shit on and shit on and shit on whenever it comes to movie roles, okay? Like, if it wasn't for the fact that he was dumb enough to hire the agent, the same one that the fucking Rock uses and cannibalizes all of the roles, like, you should have known. It's his fucking wife, for Christ's sake. So what are you doing, Henry? I guess you want to work, but just not that hard. But no, he was perfect casting for Superman. And again, it just goes to show you that the Superman role in general is fucking cursed. So yeah, when it was announced that Henry Cavill, after saying, yep, I'm re-upped, we're going to be going forward with this, and a couple of weeks later, it's like, actually, no, that's not what happened, and I will not be returning as Superman, even though I filmed some additional scenes for the Flash film that just came out, and I had that after-credits scene in Black Adam that was supposed to be setting up something new, and all of that stuff just got wiped off because, hey, James Gunn wanted something completely new. He wanted to start off fresh. So yeah, Superman's gone. Superman casting's gone because we got a new vision for Superman. Don't worry about it. It'll be great and fantastic. It's not like that storyline is total fucking cancer from the comics, but no. It'll be great and fantastic. It'll be wonderful. James Gunn, he's all quirky and he does a bunch of those, team up films. It'll be great. Come for the Superman film in 2025 and stick around for the fucking Authority. And dork. Ben Affleck, yeah, he got his swan song as Batman and the Flash. Nobody's seen that, but it was there. He got to wear the Batman, or rather the Dark Knight Rises suit. It was great, and the blue and gray and some shit like that. And I'm not even a Ben Affleck guy, but as Bruce Wayne, pretty decent casting. And of course, you know, we're leaving out the obvious one in the room because it was announced, and she had a cameo. I think she had a cameo in Shazam. I haven't watched any of these awful fucking films. All I've seen is reviews, and I've heard nothing but dog shit when it comes out of everything that DC's doing. But Gal Gadot, oh, she's beautiful. Like, she's an objectively beautiful woman that unfortunately doesn't translate over to acting. Like I said, I've seen reviews, I've watched reviews of these films, and yeah, the through line through everything, whether people like or appreciate her casting as Wonder Woman, or they just see her for the absolute black hole of talent that she is, outside of modeling. And it's like, if you guys are going to hang on to one thing after saying that you're going to be doing a complete clean slate, and you decide to pick the worst fucking actor associated with the old regime, what the fuck are you doing, okay? Because Jason Momoa as Aquaman, weird casting on that one, but everybody likes Jason Momoa. Ezra Miller, total fucking nut job. Bad casting as the Flash, decently talented actor. Doesn't quite overcompensate for his amount of, you know, off the set antics. Of course, like, that guy should be in fucking jail for the amount of shit that he's done, but decently talented actor. Ray Fisher, again, see all of the complaints against Ezra Miller, and you can just go ahead and double that for Cyborg, and apparently there was this big overarching idea for what they wanted to do with that. No, he's gone. He was gone long before all of this reboot stuff was even talking about, because he was out there running his mouth, and everybody's like, who the fuck are you? No, you went with the dirt worst in Gal Gadot. Why? Why? If you're going to be doing this big reboot, if you have this 10-year long idea, and the Wonder Woman shit, like, there's no Wonder Woman film. There's no tie-ins for Wonder Woman and James Gunn's overarching plan. But like when I was talking about the Snow White stuff from about a week ago, Gal Gadot was out there and she was just talking all of the right shit about all of the good feminism and weaseling her way through all of those interviews by just looking like a plank of wood. Very attractive plank of wood. I was like, oh, it totally makes sense if somebody's going to be hanging on. She's talking all that feminist stuff. She still looks good, and she's approaching 40. So yeah, that ticks off all of the boxes. And she also has another box that she can tick as well. That and nobody else in the other lineup, with the exception of Ezra Miller, I think, can go ahead and check as well. But if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, you'll eventually start noticing. Gal Gadot says James Gunn and Peter Safran told her in a meeting that you are in the best of hands. We are going to develop Wonder Woman 3 with you. We love you as Wonder Woman. You've got nothing to worry about. James Gunn, no. They kept her on. Why? Because of your guilt? She's terrible. She's absolutely terrible, but fucking hot. Gal Gadot developing Wonder Woman 3 with James Gunn and Peter Safran. The DC Universe. That's what it's going to be called. DC Universe. Because the extended universe, well, there's nothing extended about it. It was just straight into the dumpster. On film is headed in a new direction under James Gunn. But what is old is new again, because Wonder Woman is not getting recast, apparently. Just, you know, had to go ahead and, you know, because he got the 10-year plan with Henry Cavill, and like is pointed out, not here, but Henry Cavill, yeah, is 40. Gal Gadot is 38, but that's fine. You know, 40 is the new 20, and when you're looking at the tabloids and the way that they want to go ahead and push, it's like, yeah, it's great. It's not like your biology doesn't age faster as a woman, but no, you can look great all the way into the 50s. Haven't you seen some of those old Baywatch broads out there, you know, trolling for comments and interaction on Instagram and social media that gets pushed by the Daily Wire or the Daily Mail? No, go ahead. Yeah, you can just go ahead and do all that shit. Robert Pattinson, who apparently his little The Batman gimmick is supposed to be running simultaneously with what James Gunn is doing, because DC has Elseworlds and all that shit, so you can have multiverses that are just never going to meet. It's so fucked anyways, but yeah, the Batman 2 is in production or some shit like that. Fantastic. And Robert Pattinson, didn't even realize, motherfucker's 37. Henry Cavill is 40, and he's gone. Somebody who's not brought up in this is Ben Affleck, and he's 50, but he's also the most accomplished person that's associated with all of this other stuff. Gunn booted Cavill because he wanted a younger Superman while he kept Gadot. Pattinson portrayed a year 2 Batman just last year. Make it make sense. Yeah, exactly. At 37, okay? But that's going to be different, and we don't quite know the casting of Batman and Robin, because that's one of the storylines that they're going to be doing over there, which also kind of calls for an older Batman. if you know anything about the story that they're going to be doing there, which is just kind of like, why would you waste the casting of Ben Affleck? But hey, at the time, James Gunn was going for a total clean slate, but then when he started to bring in Gal Gadot, then you start to wonder, why not the good castings? Why not the good actors that are associated with it? And yeah, again, Henry Cavill, at 40, he's still in good shape. Pause. And the guy that you got to replace him looks exactly like a smaller Henry Cavill. Like, let's keep it a buck, man. You had the perfect casting. You just, I needed to be a little bit younger. Again, you need to focus on making one good fucking film. One good film. And again, good casting for Superman. It's just, you had the guy that could actually put the asses in the seats at a time where superhero films in a couple years' time are going to need all the help that they can get putting asses in the seats. So having a name that's there who actually likes the role that they want to be in, oh, that would fucking help. But no, we're going to have Wonder Woman 3 because Wonder Woman 2 was such a fucking hit. Gal Gadot, yeah, is still going to be involved with Wonder Woman's future. Gadot appeared as Diana Prince in 2016's Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, and that film was so great. And she headlined 2017's Wonder Woman. Oh my god, did you guys like the scene where she walked through no man's land where they followed the bullet and the bullet didn't drop? It was so great. Or how her shield is just must be made of like fucking vibranium or something and it didn't deteriorate at all from German machine gun fire. It makes so much sense. But my personal favorite scene was when she had the sword on her back with an open back dress because Gal Gadot is hot. Fucking dumb film. Yeah. And 2020 sequel Wonder Woman 1984. Do you like the part where she whipped her lasso of truth onto a bullet, or the RPG? Do you like both of those? It's also great. Opposite Chris Pine, yeah, as Steve Trevor. So yeah, she can simp throughout time for a guy that she knew for like half an hour or about a week's time in 1919, but she's been so love-struck throughout all these years that I could never love anyone else. Both helmed by Patty Jenkins, which probably won't be appearing this time around because there's only been one woman to ever fail her way out of Hollywood for being an insufferable bitch, and well, that's Patty Jenkins. Well, also appearing in Justice League, yeah, the fully Zack Snyder helmed director's cut. As Gunn and Safran took over the co-heads, the rechristened DC Studios for Warner Brothers, plans for Patty Jenkins to return for Wonder Woman 3 were scrapped. Yeah, and Patty definitely helped pushing that towards the garbage pile because, well, she's kind of a garbage person. That left Gadot's future as Wonder Woman unclear. No, I'm going to be here, but I'm going to have extra scenes. But now I'm going to be here for sure, because I had to sit down with James Gunn, and he must have been captivated by me. I can't understand why else he would have hired me. Things became murkier when she appeared in cameo roles for Shazam, Fury of the Gods, which, does anybody remember that came out this year? Yeah. And had similar cameo cut from The Flash. Wasn't she in that? No, she was just supposed to be in that film, Abomination, starring Ezra Miller, which could have appeared alongside Ben Affleck as Batman and Henry Cavill as Superman. And again, there were scenes shot with Henry Cavill as Superman, supposed to be in that film, but they were gone. Speaking to comicbook.com's Chris Killian for her new Netflix movie, Heart of Stone. Well, Talent of Stone. Before the SAG-AFTRA strike, Gadot said that she understands it. She will be developing Wonder Woman 3 together with Gunn and Safran. I love portraying Wonder Woman. It's so close to and dear to my heart. From what I heard from James and from Peter, it was that we're going to develop Wonder Woman 3 together. It will be great. Perhaps this time I will be able to emote at my eyebrows and above. It will be great. Maybe this time, don't know. DC Studios recently confirmed that David Corenswet will play Clark Kent in the upcoming movie. That's our guy right here. And again, I think he's like approaching 30 or something like that. So yeah, he fits in that total age demographic that they're looking for yeah, Superman Legacy. Superman Legacy for the first film that you're going to be doing when you're launching your new cinematic universe. Legacy. Interesting. Whatever. Directed by Gunn, opposite Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. Didn't really have any problem with Amy Adams. She's a good actress. It was just, all the material that she was given to work as Lois Lane. But Rachel Brosnahan, she seems fine. She looks the part of Lois Lane. Like, Lois Lane is not supposed to be like some drop-dead gorgeous woman. Like, she's supposed to be as mid can get. So yeah, it's all fine. It's fine. Gadot hasn't heard who had landed these roles, but she was aware the tests were taking place and thought everyone involved seemed worthy of the parts. Well, exactly. As long as you don't outshine me and my talent. I saw that they were doing different screen tests, and I don't know who got it, but they seemed like everyone was super legit and talented and like great. Oh my god, just the sterling wit. That must have been what captivated James and Peter. So I'm happy for them. It's such a huge take on and such an exciting beginning for any actor, like where I began my career. You guys remember I think her first movie role, at least the one that I remember, was when she was a piece of ass in Fast Five? Was that the one where they stole the vault out of a Brazilian bank? Oh my god, I seen that movie in theaters and that shit was fucking dumb. And it's like, oh, that wafy chick who's super fucking hot, she's gonna be Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's supposed to be like big and tough and imposing, but sexy. So she fits one of those, but you're gonna make her into an action star? Oh, okay, fantastic. She had like 3 lines in that, and she's gonna have she's gonna be like DC's number 3 biggest. Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. Cool. And now she's the last one standing. Yeah, really seems fair, guys. Yeah, man, this has pissed off a whole bunch of people. Pissed off the Snyder people because, well, the Snyderverse people are always just going to be perpetually pissed off because they like dark, edgy shit stories. So, of course, yeah, they're just, naturally depressive people. And it's going to piss off people who are hoping for a talented Wonder Woman actress who could actually, have the range to emote and maybe have a sensical story to follow up on 84's disaster to wipe all the bad taste out of their mouth on that one. But no. Now you're just going to go ahead and infuriate everybody. And if the DCU wasn't already confirmed to be dead on arrival, well, this basically just stamps that seal of failure right there. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.